That's what he said.
Okay, good evening. As it is 6:30, we will call the meeting of the General Palos Township meeting dated August 10th to order. If we could please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For that, and if we could have roll call, please.
Okay, I'm not muted, am I?
No, you're not.
Okay, sorry. Trustee Woods?
Here.
Trustee Jeans?
Here.
Trustee Brannigan?
Here.
Trustee Riley? Absent. Supervisor Schuman?
Here. Trustee Riley is present. He just, oh, hold on.
Okay, sure.
No. Where?
Not sure what's going on with his microphone.
Yeah, it looks like it's still muted, Madam Supervisor.
Yeah, I think Trustee Riley has to unmute himself because it's not allowing me. So Trustee Riley, if you're able to, your phone won't let me unmute you. But he is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, Trustee Riley.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. I got you now.
Okay, back to me.
Okay.
Quorum. All present, quorum.
Thank you for that. Special presentations, communications this evening, we have none. For roll call purpose, Clerk Nolan Schuman is at the Township Building 10802 Roberts Road, where the meeting would be taking place.
Right, I have that down. We have to go back to the minutes.
Yes, right. We're going to do the minutes now. If everybody's had time to view the prior minutes of July 13th meeting, motion for acceptance of those minutes would be in order.
So Jean. Oh, go ahead, Brent. Jean second.
Trustee Wood, seconded by Trustee Jeans. Any further discussion? Any questions? Having none, if we could have roll call, please.
Trustee Riley? No. Trustee Woods?
Yes.
Trustee Brannigan?
Yes.
Trustee Jeans?
Yes.
Trustee Riley again? No, he can't hear me, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Schuman, yes.
Yeah, Supervisor Schuman, I was waiting for Riley. Yes. Okay. Ayes have it.
Okay, thank you for that. We'll move into reports of officials. Supervisor's report. Just to let the board know that we have completed the audit report and filing with Hearn and Associates, and it has been filed with the state. As soon as I have the final copies that John Williams will be mailing out to us, I will make those available to y'all. But we did get it all taken care of and filed, and it is noted with the state. Any questions or issues with that at this time? Okay, having none, we'll move into Clerk Nolan's report.
Okay, sorry. Unless that was the ayes for the minutes were 5-0, that's fine. Okay, I have, I know I sent out to you in case if you had time to look at it, the Township Communicators virtual meeting that I went into on the Zoom, and it was good. It told a lot of things. It's just more or less of interest. I sent it to all of you, but a couple of things I just thought were pretty interesting that they're doing in other townships. Some kind of different things. One township is having an outdoor movie. One is virtual, outdoor. Yeah, another township is having a virtual cooking class. Some of them are doing, which we could probably do, might be good, virtual bingo for seniors. Not interesting. And another one may be health and wellness workshops on Zoom. A lot of them are doing that, so that might be something that we can think about. The last thing I just wanted to say is they did say that they felt we would be wearing masks till the end of the year. So now that we have that different thing from the governor, we kind of know we might be. Otherwise, it's interesting. It's a free. There's no fee for me to be on that or in that. I just listen because it's usually really bad. Going is not something I do. And if you look at it, I've sent that to you. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that, Jane. Any questions for Jane regarding the virtual meetings? Okay, having none, attorney's report.
And there's no legal report this evening, Madam Supervisor.
Okay, thank you for that. Reports of standing committees, finance and administration, Trustee Woods.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor. The only thing I have this evening is the finance software will be in within the next 2 weeks. We'll have it installed on the new server, and they'll come out and train our employees. They give us 8 hours of training. This is going to make everything so much easier to pull up records, finance records and everything. So I just wanted to make mention that it'll be in within the next 2 weeks. That concludes my report.
Okay, thank you for that. Policy and personnel, Clerk Nolan, I'm tying you in with this because you've been notified again. We've been reminded about the sexual harassment policy, so we're working on that. It has to be completed, if I'm correct, Clerk Nolan, by the end of the year. Is this correct?
December 31st, right, 2020.
2020. Okay. So that will be an item that's either updated or put into already in the personnel manual, but updated if there's new specifications for such. Technology, automation and information, Trustee Riley.
There's no report this evening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Building and grounds, Trustee Jeans.
Yes, Madam Supervisor. As far as I know, everything to date is good at the township building. We did have somebody come out to look at the lighting, and he gave us a quote to put all of the LED lights in and put some sensors for going in and out of rooms where the sensor we wanted to put a switch on so we don't leave lights on. But anyway, it was a pretty big savings. ComEd is trying to give these, and they are giving these incentives because they don't want to build another nuclear plant, and they are giving businesses incentives. This will cost us $307.50, which is going to be a fantastic savings for us. So I believe that Supervisor Schuman has sent in the proposal, and I'm waiting to hear from the gentleman as to when they can do the work, but I will keep you posted.
Yes, I did get that signatured up and sent back, so we'll wait for your directive, but it has been sent off. So thank you for your efforts in that. It did look very impressive with the program and what the savings will be, no doubt.
Yes, thank you. And that concludes my report, Madam Supervisor.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Trustee Jeans regarding that lighting program? Okay, having none, Public Services and Health, Trustee Brannigan.
The monthly monies collected at the township for the health services was $830 for general, and the cholesterol was $110. This is the month of June 2020. Total $940.
Back collecting money.
And that's all. That's my report.
Okay, thank you for that. Any unfinished business for any board members? Any new business before the board? Having none, we will move into citizens wishing to address the board. Citizens wishing to address the board, you will be called on with your hand up as I see it, and then you'll be 2 minutes is the timeline. And after the 2 minutes, you will be concluded with your comments. And we will start with Mark. And you are unmuted.
Good evening. I'm very distressed that the Township Board is still not censured Sharon Brannigan. Along with the COVID-19 virus, there's another epidemic in the United States that is affecting many people and killing many people, and that is the virus and the cancer of racism. Sharon Brannigan's social media posts and her other tactics that she has used and lies she has told to the public, to the board, and to the media, have continued this assault that affects everybody. This doesn't just affect Black people, doesn't just affect Arabs, doesn't just affect Muslims, that these tactics and this hate speech are a threat to everybody in this country. And it's time that this Township Board has lived up to their responsibility. They need to censure Sharon Brannigan. They need to pressure her to resign. There's no place for a public official who talks like that about her fellow American citizens. And it's also a disgrace that this board is dragging their feet in dealing with this important issue, that the Township Board officials should be setting an example to counter the racism that's epidemic in our society. We saw it on the street on along Roberts Road when there was a Black Lives Matter march, that there was a handful of ugly racists who came out to peddle their hate speech. Probably Sharon wasn't there with them, but this is the kind of cancer that we have in our society, that this Township Board needs to set an example, fight back.
Thank you for your comments. Okay, next up is Chad.
Chad.
Okay, Chad, you are unmuted.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you. In early 2018, there was an agreement to have federal mediators involved in the Palos situation, but in violation of the pre-mediation agreement, you went to the media to reveal that discussions were ongoing. Your deliberate violation stopped the talks when it was obvious there'd be no confidentiality from the township side. Now, in September of 2018, you also said that loud protests are part of free speech and that we will not remove people simply for being disruptive. Now, what I'd like to know is what changed between then and June of 2019, Colleen? If you and the board had behaved with any integrity and censured Brannigan, a lot of the issues might have been diffused. Another thing is, in July of 2019, Sharon Brannigan and Colleen Schumann spoke about establishing a community committee with local residents, including the Muslim community. Brannigan and Schumann said, and I quote, "The purpose would be to build bridges and promote understanding." Well, it's only been 14 months and there's still no committee. Unless the board has an update on that committee, I guess that promise of bridge building and promoting understanding was just another lie for the media. Now, you've also talked numerous times that you don't have the power to do anything about Sharon Brannigan, but in your own township code of ethics, it talks about conducting the government of the township with integrity and impartiality without allowing prejudice to interfere with serving the public interest. Now, considering that for 3 years, Sharon Brannigan has shared all of her racism and hate on Facebook, I guess you guys are just unaware of all of that, or maybe none of you have bothered to read your own code of ethics, or maybe that code of ethics is kind of like a situation comedy type thing. It's just,
Time's up.
Thank you for your comments.
Shad.
Okay, our next speaker is Hassan. And you are unmuted.
Hassan.
Is there any public comment? We're moving along. Okay, the next speaker wanting to speak, you must speak if you want to have words in public comment. Tammy, you are unmuted.
I would like to ask the Palos Township what they have done in the last 30 days about arranging anti-racist training for all employees and elected officials within the township. You talk about having, following the guidelines as far as having sexual harassment procedures in place. What procedures do you have for anti-racist, especially within the township employees and elected officials? How will you be treating people who break those guidelines and rules? What have you done so far as a township to protect the citizens of Palos Township against blatant racism and bigotry? Number one. Number two, why isn't there free COVID testing for all members or residents of Palos Township? You have this health facility, but you failed to arrange free COVID testing. There should be COVID testing 5 days a week at that location. There's no reason why the Palos Township cannot arrange that for the residents of Palos Township. What I have a very conservative number. As of last Thursday, August 6th, there was over 1,500 people within Palos Township that tested positive for COVID. Those aren't past cases, those were current cases as of August 6th. Palos Hills itself had over 700 positive cases. Palos Hills, where your building is located. What are you doing? You're supposed to be serving Palos Township. What are you doing as a government unit to be aiding in this monumental crisis in our community? So that's that. And then also, again, 30 days ago, we asked you to arrange anti-racist training.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have Charisse. You are unmuted, Charisse.
Brannigan is a racist. Sharon Brannigan is a racist. Sharon Brannigan is a racist. She is Islamophobic. She is Islamophobic. She preaches bigotry and hatred only. I have never heard a nice
recording.
She needs to be resigned. She is not fit to be in office because there is no place for
This is not public comment. This is
No.
a recording. Thank you.
supporters.
Okay, next up is the trustees are racist. You are
Yes,
unmuted.
That's right. You guys are all racist, and I'm glad that you finally admit it, Schumann. Since you muted the person before me, I'm just going to say yes. Sharon is a racist. Schumann is a racist. Pam Jeans is a racist. Brent Woods is a racist. Riley is a racist. Who else? Robert is a racist. Clerk J. Nolan is a racist. Should I keep going or what? We've been saying that for 3 years. and nothing. And guess what? We're going to continue to say it. We're going to come month by month, every month, and we're going to keep saying it until you're all done. Every single one of you is done. So I'm glad you finally admit it. And guess what? There's an amazing movement happening in this country called the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't know, I'm sure you've heard about it, but you're never going to admit it, and you're never going to be on that side of history. Guess what? We're learning a lot from that movement, and we're going to come strong, and we're going to unite with more people in Palos Hills and the Palos Township. And as soon as you open up your meetings in person, we're going to come in forces, and we're going to keep protesting, and we're going to keep disrupting the meetings, and we're going to do everything possible to make your lives hell. And we're going to make sure that the next person that comes in as a Palos Township trustee learns the lesson and never, ever, ever will have the courage to say anything like Brannigan has said. And will never have the courage to do any of the actions that you guys have done. You guys are all useless, and you've done absolutely nothing since you've been elected. Absolutely nothing since we started this campaign against Brannigan. You're all a bunch of useless trustees, have done nothing. Very incompetent, very useless. You should not be in office. You should not be an elected official ever again. And we're going to make sure that everywhere you go after this, after your political career, will always
Time's
face
up.
us. Everywhere.
Okay, I don't believe there's any other hands that have not already been heard.
Madam Supervisor, maybe ask somebody if they can't raise their hand, if they want to send a message by the Zoom group chat.
Okay, so if somebody cannot raise their hand and they want to send a message through the chat.
Sharice Flanagan.
Okay.
I do see that there's a hand raised for Nick Souse.
Okay. Disclose. Okay. And you are unmuted, Nick.
This is what, my fourth time being a part of these Zoom calls, and I'm still asking the same question that I've asked every other time. For years now, we've been submitting complaints to you guys, calling your offices, being ignored, coming to these meetings, being ignored. I'm trying to understand where exactly people can submit a complaint to actually get an answer from you, the trustees, who haven't done anything for the past few years in which we the people have demanded Sharon Brannigan resign. Another question, I do see, Supervisor Schuman, that you're recording this call, and due to the lack of minutes being found on your website, I also want to raise the question of why aren't you putting these Zoom calls on the website as well and use those as the minutes for us to be able to see what exactly is going on in these meetings. Let the people see that you're ignoring us when we come into these meetings and demand Sharon Brannigan resign, instead of just ignoring the facts. Let this be seen by the people. You're literally holding these minutes away from people to be able to see what's happening, in addition to public comments, and you guys are continuing to do a crappy job doing everything that you guys are doing. We have a public health trustee who's not even reporting any updates since the start of the pandemic. I was almost excited to hear her say that she had something to report today, but it was in regards to fundraising instead of what is being done to address the issue of corona in the within the trustee's jurisdiction. It just doesn't make sense. And I want that to be reflected on your guys' website to show that even as not just a racist, but as a public health trustee even, she's incapable of doing her job the way she's supposed to.
Time's up.
Thank you. Okay, if there are no new comments, is anybody aware of any? I see none. Okay, if nobody's aware of any other, I believe the two hands that are up have already spoken. So if there is no further public comments to be made,
Yep, that's where he was. Sharice Brannigan?
She was separated.
and I will comment to the website, the minutes and the meetings are available on the website. So if there is any issue with somebody not being able to find them, please contact the township and we'd be happy to tell you how to do that. We will give one more. We have soon. Well, he's not unmuting here. Hold on. Okay, you were unmuted.
Sharon Brannigan has to go. 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 She has to go. You should to go. Everybody wants go. Sharon Brannigan has to 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 go. Sharon Brannigan.
Masoon, are you done? I don't hear anything. Okay, thank you for your comments. Okay, and if there is no other hands, in public comment, there is no executive session this evening. Motion for adjournment would be in order.
So moved, Jeans.
Trustee Jean, seconded by Trustee Woods. Any further discussion? Having none, if we could have roll call for the adjournment of the meeting at 7 p.m. Clerk Nolan.
Okay. Trustee Woods?
Yes.
Trustee Jeans?
Yes.
Trustee Riley? I don't know. He's there somewhere. Trustee Brannigan?
Yes.
Trustee Riley again?
What's that?
Supervisor Schuman?
Yes.
I don't know if Trustee Riley's coming or not. I don't know if he's out still.
Yeah.
Just call the vote.
Okay. Ayes have it. Motion carried 4-0. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you all very much. Stay safe.
Thank you.